Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're pulling back the curtain and going behind the technician's bench to talk about one of the biggest disasters that can happen to your phone, liquid damage. We're going to get into what really happens when your phone takes an unexpected swing.
Oh, you know that feeling. That absolute heart-stopping moment where time slows down and you just watch your phone fall into the sink, the pool, or, let's be real, the toilet. We've all either been there or had the nightmare about it.
So what's the first thing you hear from everybody? Quick, put it in rice, right? Well, let me tell you, from a technician's point of view, that is probably the single biggest myth in all of tech repair. Today, we're going to show you why that so-called fix is really just kicking the can down the road.
Okay, so to really get what's happening, you have to stop thinking about your phone being wet. That's not the real issue. The issue is chemistry. It's a chemical reaction that kicks off the very second that liquid gets inside the case.
You see, the water itself isn't really the enemy. It's everything that's in the water. All the minerals, the salts, the impurities. Because when that water eventually evaporates and dries up, all that stuff gets left behind, like a nasty film, all over the most sensitive parts of your phone.
And that gunk that gets left behind? Well, that's what gives birth to the real villain of this story, the thing we actually fight in the shop, corrosion. Let's dig into what that actually is.
Think of corrosion as basically rust for electronics. It's this slow, creeping disease where those little mineral deposits start to literally eat away at the tiny metal pathways on the motherboard. It's silently killing your phone from the inside out.
And this is what tricks so many people. The phone dries out, you turn it on, and you think, phew, dodged a bullet. But you didn't. A week or two later, the gremlins show up. The screen acts weird, the Wi-Fi drops, the camera gets buggy. That's the corrosion spreading. And then one day, maybe a month later, your phone is just dead for no reason at all. So what is it actually doing in there? Well, that mineral gunk forms these tiny little microscopic bridges between circuits that are never, ever supposed to touch. That causes electricity to leak and go where it shouldn't, which can cause short circuits, a battery that dies in a couple of hours even if you don't touch it, and even certain parts of the phone getting weirdly hot.
All right, let's put on our detective hats and take a little tour of the crime scene. We're going to look at the three main victims that liquid and corrosion always go after inside your phone.
First up, the big one, the motherboard, the brain of the whole operation. Those electrical leaks can instantly fry tiny, essential components. But the real technician's nightmare is under-chip corrosion. Liquid gets trapped under the main processors, and you can't see it, you can't reach it, and you definitely can't clean it without some serious, specialized gear.
Next on the hit list is the display. Liquid worms its way in between the delicate layers of the screen, leaving these permanent, ugly watermarks or bruises. It can also mess up the touch sensors, which leads to something we call ghost touch. That's when your phone starts opening apps and typing things all by itself. It's creepy.
And finally, we have the battery. This one is serious. Liquid can short out the battery's built-in safety circuit, the little chip that keeps it from overheating or overcharging. When that's gone, the battery can become dangerously unstable, swell up like a pillow, which is a huge fire hazard, or it'll just completely lose the ability to hold a charge.
So the big question, can we actually fix this? Well, as technicians, we have some pretty cool tools to fight back. But honestly, a lot of the time, we're fighting a battle that was already lost the moment the phone went for a swim.
So that thing you might try at home with a toothbrush and some alcohol, that's just manual scrubbing. It only cleans the corrosion you can see on the surface. In a real repair shop, we use an ultrasonic cleaner. It's a machine that uses high-frequency sound waves to literally blast the hidden corrosion out from underneath those chips. It is the only way to get a proper, deep clean.
But, and this is really important, but even that fancy machine isn't a magic wand. If a short circuit has already burned a tiny hole through the layers of the circuit board or fried a component, well, cleaning can't fix that. You can't unburn a circuit. The physical damage is done.
And just when you thought it was complicated enough, there's another huge factor. The type of liquid makes a massive, massive difference in whether the phone has any chance of survival.
Just take a look at this. We call it the liquid damage hit list. Dropping your phone in fresh water, well, that's your best case scenario. It's still not great. Drop it in a swimming pool, the chlorine makes everything worse way faster. Spill a soda on it, now you've got a sticky mess that never truly dries and just keeps attracting more moisture. And then there's the final boss of liquid damage, salt water. From every technician's perspective, this is a death sentence. It is game over. The salt makes the water incredibly conductive and corrosive, and it begins to shred the electronics almost instantly. It is, without a doubt, the absolute worst-case scenario.
Okay, so all of this, the corrosion, the different liquids, the hidden damage, it all leads to the most important point I can make. When you bring a water-damaged phone to a repair shop, what is the real goal?
And this right here, this says it all. For pretty much any reputable shop, a liquid damage repair isn't about giving you back a phone that's going to be good as new for another few years. It's a rescue mission, specifically a data rescue mission.
Our number one goal is just to get that phone stable for a little while. Maybe an hour, maybe a day, just long enough for you to plug it in and save your photos, your contacts, all that irreplaceable stuff. Because the damage is so random and widespread, no technician on Earth can guarantee that phone will ever be truly reliable again.
Which really leaves us with this one last question to think about. After that hidden enemy, corrosion, has started its work, is your phone ever really truly fixed? From my spot here at the technician's bench, the answer is almost always a hard no.